idea. Dare to think, dare to succeed. Today we'll go and interview Aluna, who you probably know very well, the popular singers in Laopedia. Welcome Aluna, welcome to the idea.
สบายดีวันสบายดี the idea
And congratulations for winning the Lao Entertainment Award.
thank you
Obviously, that's one of the successes of yours, and which demonstrates clearly all the hard work that you have done.
yes
And obviously, that would be the focus that we'll be talking about today. So, Aluna, could you please tell us a bit more about this award?
I was nominated as the one of the best female artists among other talented Lao artists, and at first I saw my name on the list, and I felt really honored to be one of the members there, and didn't expect anything. I just went into the party and celebrated with the success of others until the award, the Pop Female Artist Award came along, and they pronounced my name. I was stunned and excited and happy, and the feeling was overwhelming, of course, because this is some awards that will give you a recognition in the music industry in Laos. So very happy.
And when did you enter into a business, into a music industry?
When 2005, I released my first album with self-title of Aluna.
All right. And what inspires you to become a singer?
Wow, it's a long story. How much time you have?
We have all day for you here.
Thank you. Actually, it was an interesting journey for me to discover this dream, the passion that has been burning inside, but I didn't realize that until one day I came across music along the street in France at the Fête de la Musique, or music festival in Europe, and actually I play some instruments because of the influence from my dad, my uncles, and my brothers. We all play instruments at home. We have the piano, the guitar, and I was just touching around when I was young, and so when I grew up, I studied hard. To win the scholarship to study in Australia, so I kind of left music behind a bit because I was focusing on study. And then one day I realized, after I finished school from Australia, I realized what would I want to do next, or what would I love to do next for me, for my life. And getting another scholarship for a master's degree was not the answer. Working, earning money was part of the answers, but not the big one. So I decided to take this trip to Europe to discover, just to take my mind off all the routine, the normal routine. You know, when you get away somewhere and you tend to discover some new things, and it's kind of like you recharge your battery and you realize your dreams, and that's how it happened to me in France, that I discovered that I love to do music.
Okay.
It was amazing.
That is really interesting. And would you call it a career or a hobby?
Oh well, it's a very interesting question, a very good question. Lately, I don't think we can call this as a career in Laos yet. To me, I'm not sure about others, because to call it a career, the definition of career to me is the thing has to pay off the bills, and obviously I don't see singing or earning from singing as money that I can pay all the bills, or I don't feel like taking that part of money to pay all the bills, but I'll call it a passion rather than a hobby. It's bigger than that. It's like a mission of life that I would like to push Lao music forward. Well, actually, I would like to be part of it because it's been growing. Like you probably have seen from the past 5-6 years, we have grown a lot in different kinds of music. We now have bossa nova. We never had that before, and now have bossa nova. We have hip hop. We have many kind of music now, and I'm very proud and honored to be part of the group to move this forward together.
That's really
So-
good. And you might have heard that some people might think that it is sort of a copycat of a Thai pop culture. How would you respond to that?
I'm quite angry, personally, to be, well, what should be the term? To be judged that way, that we are copycat from Thailand. Actually, the start of music is from so many places. You never know what are those people getting those ideas from. And rather saying that, you should have looked at the original, where it's from, before it starts in Thailand. I must say, if we have the same source of information, say like you're doing an assignment, if you have the same quote from a same book, somehow you have similarity in your work, don't you think? And rather than saying that we are copycat to Thai music, why don't we just admit that, okay, we all love K-pop, so we have K-pop, this kind of thing. So it makes me a bit annoying to hear that.
So it's not just about copying someone, but we have to go back to the original, where
Yeah,
the
it's
music
about,
start.
I'll say music is like fashion. It goes around, comes around. It is about adaptation, justification. Is if we don't have the original to look up to, I don't think we can come this far in anything, in architecture, I don't know, in everything. I think the original is very it's a legend. Say like the Beatles, they're the legends in guitar chords, bizarre chords, and kids these days still bring back those tunes, and
So what your view on how do we maintain a unique loud style so that we can keep the young generation interested in loud music industry, considering that it's been influenced so much by
Yes.
the Thai and
Yes.
the Korean?
Yes. I'm not quite sure if I'm the right person to speak up for this, because I was born in the generation that we followed a lot of music from Thailand, from Japan, from America. We have to admit that, and it affects the way we think, the way we pronounce the melody. It's just like if you consume a lot of books from this kind of music from this kind of countries, then you tend to produce something similar to that, because this is your library at the back of your head. It's the library. It's like a scope that you're building it up, like a library shelf that you tend to pick this out to say this in your song, and even the way you pronounce it is very touchy subject. I don't mind people saying that some of the loud songs sound very Thai, but you gotta look at the reason why it turns out like that. And I think this is probably the main reason for me. I'm not sure about others, but because we were influenced by this environment for so long, and so please give us a chance to learn to pronounce in the loud way, in the correct way. For example, the word "dai." We know that our language is very similar to Thai language,
Yeah,
and
that's a challenge.
yes, it's a big challenge for artists. Okay, for example, the word "dai" and Thai is "dai."
Right.
So the sound of it is very very similar already, and when you put the loud word into the melody, it has become sweeter, and somehow you have to twist it and really be aware of the word that, okay, the word die in Lao is really short, so make it short, like head die,
Right.
not head die. You know,
Right.
this kind of thing is very sensitive, and we welcome. I'm pretty sure my young generation singers, brothers and sisters, we probably welcome every critics, but please give us a chance and time to adapt, to work it out. We're still learning. 6 years of music industry growing in different directions like hip hop and pop and dance and everything is we very young, very young.
Yeah, still learning.
Yes,
for sure.
yes.
You mentioned that music industry is also like a fashion, you know, how it's come around and go around. So what will you do to keep your status in this ever-changing environment of the industry?
My status in singing, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, I would say we all have our own way in producing our work, and people recognize you from that. And it is a unique way to present your work and to make people recognize that, okay, this is Aluna style. So I'll tend to keep my music, my lyrics, and my melody very Aluna music, I'll call it. Because I write my own songs, and right now, my perception about writing song is it's not just about putting words into melodies anymore. It's a big table for me to discuss a topic about life. Recently, I have been producing stuff like very sensitive stuff, like the quality time, the priorities in life. You know, you have families and friends, and then these things are before the lovers, and you should realize something that about the beauty of people around you, appreciate every moment of life, this kind of thing, which I didn't do it in the first and second album, because the first and the second album was more to the market. What does the market love to hear? Of course, probably 90% of the market loves to hear broken heart songs, and I try to play less with that. But of course, if you wanna keep people following you, you have to give some incentive to those market that, okay, we have a little broken heart song. It's not kind of like, okay, I'm dying if I don't have you, I'm gonna kill myself. That is not very positive way to see life to me, and I don't write that kind of stuff. So yes, I think this has become my style of writing now.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow, that's getting more and more interesting. So we'll take a short break and we'll come back shortly. So stay with us. Welcome back. Now let's continue where we left last before the break. So will we have a chance to hear more of your music anytime soon?
Definitely, music is part of my blood already, and my breath actually. And I'm gonna release my next single very soon, probably within 2 weeks. And it's gonna be a slow jam first, and then toward November or December we're gonna move to the disco track. Do you feel like disco?
Right. Can we take a quick break and test that out?
Yes, why not? Yes.
So it's coming up soon.
Yes, that's the plan. Yes.
Right. Will there be like a big concert after that, or?
I really can't tell anything right now. We having a surprise project from our sponsor. You have seen me in performing music. Maybe you see me in a play.
Right.
So a musical kind of thing.
we'll keep it as
Oops.
a secret. Yeah, we'll keep it as a secret, so
Yes.
stay tuned with that.
Yes.
You mentioned that you actually went and studied in Australia.
Yes,
So
correct.
what and where did you go, and also what did you study there?
I was in Melbourne for 4 years. Um, we're gonna skip the year. The people be counting backward. How old is she? I was in Melbourne for 4 years, doing marketing, business administration, and also the e-commerce, the electronic commerce. Yes.
So did you have a chance to actually work in e-commerce or marketing?
Yes, yes, yes. I was. Is it allowed to talk about the name of the company that I work with?
Yeah, sure.
Yes. I was for e-commerce. I was working with Siberia for some years, doing some internet marketing. It it is very interesting. It's the area that is a brilliant way to promote yourself, your brand, your business throughout the world with very minimized cost, and that's like a dream come true to any marketer in the world, and it's very useful for me to get to explore in that area. So thank you, Siberia, if you're watching. And in marketing, normal traditional marketing, of course, I have marketing in me every day of life. If you if you want to know, in music, I plan my promotion, like the pre-release of the song, during the release of the song, and after as well. So people ask me, you did marketing, you did business, why you singing? Actually, marketing is in us every day. It is in me right now, talking to you and to everyone. And it's all about how you present yourself. It's all about how you convince people. That's how I see it.
Right. So basically, you're actually using what
yes,
you have learned
yes,
every day.
definitely. Yes.
Wow. And apart from singing, what other things that you spend time doing?
The main priority will be the business of my family, the family
Okay.
business in Bang Vieng. Some of our crew here have been to our place already, and thank you for your support for choosing Taiwan Song Resort to be your place for conference. And most of the time, I will work with the family there in Bang Vieng, and then I'm trying to balance my time here and there, back and forth all the time, and it's been fun so far. And I have done a lot of projects for the resort as well.
That's very positive. People will be saying, "Oh no, too busy," but you said it's been fun. So
Yes, yes, it's been fun because we love what we're doing, and that's the core of it. Not everyone can do what they always dream of doing, but if you find the little point in it that you can fall in love with your job, it will be really great, and every day of yours will be really fun. Believe me, I tried. Imagine myself finishing school from Australia, and then I got transferred to Vang Vieng. That was before singing. And I got to work from 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. I was really busy with my resort. Imagining this one, I studied in Australia. I got all the freedoms I could possibly ask for over there, and then I got transferred to Vang Vieng. Was really working at the resort. There was no party. There was all of my friends stay in Vientiane, not in Vang Vieng, and so at the turning point of life, you will realize something that, okay, this is what my life is going to be like for the next, I don't know, 10, 15 years, 20 years. So I got to find a way that I can live with this environment instead of, 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 being cranky like a baby. Oh, I want to see my friends. I want to work in Vientiane. This is the family business. You can't just walk away. So I found the lovely point in service industry. I talked to a lot of people around the world who have been to Mang Vieng, and I have made a lot of friends. I share a lot of things with them, and after the sunset at my restaurant, I would just grab my guitar. This was before my singing. I was just grabbing my guitar and playing some songs, any song that I knew the lyrics and the chords. And some of the customers at the resort came up to me and say, you know, you should start singing. That was the tip from them, and I have to thank. I mean, I can't imagine if I work 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. in Vientiane, how many people would have come up to me and said, you should start singing, you know? So I have to really thank for that experience in the resort in Mang Vieng as well. And then when the low season came, I decided to explore Europe. So that's how I got connected to music again.
So that's really the sparking point
Yes,
of
yes.
your singing career.
Definitely. Yes.
Right. So, I mean, you're mentioning about your resort. I mean, there are many hotels and guest houses in Bang Vieng.
Yes.
What's your techniques in attracting new customers as well as maintaining them to keep coming back to your resort?
Yes. This is very marketing. Yes. My philosophy will be, I will try my best to keep my regular customers, because we all know in marketing the cost of attracting new customers is, of course, more than keeping the existing ones already. And so most of my customers will become, I make them feel like home. They have become like friends, family members, and every time they come back to Tawansu, I want them to feel like they're coming back to another home away from home, kind of thing. And that's basically it. We try to be really hands-on with everyone. We tend to know, we try to know everyone who's staying in which room, and especially if they're the regular customers, we try to recognize, remember what they like, what they don't like, what kind of thing that we can offer more to them. Yes.
Do you think being a singer helps?
It does, because say like this, in the interview, it's publicity, of course, and it's promotion in the way that I can talk about my resort, and people tend to instantly recognize that, okay, she has a resort in Mang Vieng. When they go to Mang Vieng to my resort, they will think of Aluna, and vice versa. So we are the two brandings in Aluna and Tawansu Resort.
Right.
So, yes.
Do you think people know you more from being a resort manager or being a singer?
Vice versa, I'll say. Some people will. I need to share this with you. Those travelers, they will have their own Bibles. I call it a Bible of traveling, like Lonely Planet book, for example. And my name got mentioned in there.
Right.
And when they came, they booked the rooms, and they came and checked in, and they asked, "Is Aluna here?" I was sitting there in front of them. I was like, "How do you know my name?" And I asked them back, "Yes, she is here. What's the matter? Like, what would you like to get to know her, or do you know her? Are you a friend of hers?" And they were like, "No, they mentioned in the book that she's a singer, a local singer, and very well known, blah blah blah." And I was like, "You're sitting in front of her." They were really like excited, and really like pleasure to meet and share a lot of stuff. And some of them they're from music area and movie areas, and as well from a lot of places. And yes, it's very interesting.
It is. And what do you think is the secret of hotel management to make it successful?
Um, from my experience, um, I I I love to say the good manager. You gotta you gotta realize how to allocate the work out, delegate it out to the right person. Um, give give the power to the person and to make them believe that they can do it, even though you are not there. But along the way, you have to have the monitoring system, good one, very effective one that you can always check back, feedback each other, communication, and because our staff, they're the people who are really close to our customers as well. Probably sometimes they're closer than us, who's are, like working probably in the office and say like the maids, they're closer to the rooms, they know the room's problems, and say like the reception, they know what sort of people will check in and say what stuff and all that about the hotel. And yes, I would say good managers should be able to push their staff up to the level that is more I can't think of the term, more energetic, and love the job and love to be part of the success of each day routine. Make sure that everyone who's staying in the resort is out with the happiness.
Yeah. Unfortunately, our time is running out, but we will come back again next week with more details on the hotel management, the techniques and strategies that you should not miss. For this week, thank you, Mercure, for providing the setting for the interview today, and I'll see you next week. สบายดี